Now, as I had told you earlier, the US has once again spread this G2 concept around the world, that only China and the US form the G2 and together we will run the world. Hearing all this, China becomes overconfident and starts threatening many countries. And it seems China has no intention of fixing its relations with Japan. China has given a direct warning to Japan that it must stop playing with fire on the Taiwan question. Those who play with fire will perish by it. This is a very strong statement. And after the recent remarks made by Japan's Prime Minister, even many people in Taiwan have become worried. Let me show you a video. It's very interesting. Just like in the US, where many influencers talk about geopolitics, Taiwan, a country literally staring at the possibility of war, also has many debates on defense and geopolitics. Recently, a Taiwanese influencer's video went viral in which he says that if Taiwan stays alone, it is possible China might not attack. According to him, if Taiwan remains alone, there is an 80% chance that Xi Jinping will not attack Taiwan and things will remain as they are. But he says that if Taiwan aligns with Japan, especially militarily, and invites the Japanese military into Taiwan, then he guarantees that China will attack them 10,000%. He further says that during World War II, Japan killed around 35 million Chinese citizens, not soldiers, but civilians. All the Chinese attach great importance to this period of history, and this is why many people in Taiwan genuinely feel that the statement given by Japan's Prime Minister that Japan's military will absolutely come to Taiwan's aid and will not let Taiwan sink might actually put Taiwan in greater danger. Now, if you ask me personally, I neither fully agree nor disagree with this thinking or theory. I am simply observing everything. If your question is what suddenly happened between Japan, Taiwan, and China, that articles are being published worldwide and debates are happening, and suddenly a flashpoint seems to have emerged. Let me explain. Japan recently got a new prime minister, Sanae Takaichi. She has a strong right-wing ideology. She believes Japan's military must be strengthened. She has written several times about responding firmly to China, and recently, while speaking in Japan's parliament, she stated that if any Chinese military action happens against Taiwan, it would create a survival-threatening situation for Japan. She said that if China attacks Taiwan, Japan's self-defense forces will absolutely intervene. Now many people in Taiwan are asking, what was the need for such a statement? Because right now in China, a huge wave of nationalism is rising. What many Taiwanese influencers are saying is not wrong, that the atrocities committed by the Japanese military during World War II have never been forgotten in China. Those memories remain in the minds of Chinese people. The Communist Party of China ensures every citizen learns about this. They have made several movies about the Japanese army's atrocities. So when the Chinese see that the Taiwan issue, which they consider an internal issue about when Taiwan will be reunified with China, is now being commented on by Japan, which they view as the aggressor of World War II, nationalism surges again, and people start saying that no matter what, Taiwan must return to China. This is why, as soon as Japan made this statement, China condemned it and demanded that Japan withdraw it. China warned that if Japan does not withdraw the statement, it will face consequences. If you are wondering why Japan's Prime Minister suddenly gave this statement, well, a few days earlier, a Chinese diplomat made an extremely offensive remark about her. This happened in Britain, and the statement is still available on social media. He said that Japan's Prime Minister's head should be cut off. He literally said, "Cut off your dirty head," which is an extremely offensive thing for a diplomat to say. Even Russia and USA's diplomats, despite their history, do not use such language. Let me tell you, the animosity that exists between China and Japan is so deep. What Japan did to China during World War II created such bitterness that when it comes to Japan, the Chinese become ready to fight and die. And let me tell you clearly, when China eventually attacks Taiwan, Japan's military will absolutely get involved, and a major war in East Asia could break out. That war could spiral out of control. China has already said that if Japan dares to intervene in the Taiwan Strait by military means, it would constitute an act of invasion. This means that if Japan sends its military regarding the Taiwan issue, China will consider it a Japanese invasion, an act of war. Because from China's perspective, Taiwan is part of China. So if Japan sends forces into that area, China will see it as an invasion. And based on the books and articles I've read about China, let me tell you clearly, the amount of anger and outrage among the Chinese public is immense. For example, in 2024 there was a very tragic incident. A Chinese man, extremely radicalized by geopolitics and wanting to teach Japan a lesson, saw a 10-year-old Japanese boy in China. The child was there as a foreign exchange student. That man killed the boy. Many Chinese citizens felt terrible about it. Some even said Japan had also killed many Chinese children during World War II. But overall, China was shocked, realizing that their society holds so much hatred towards Japan that even killing children is possible. Japan said China needs soul-searching to see whether, with such hatred, normal relations are even possible. You may ask, World War II ended 80 years ago. There has been no war since then. Why would there be war now? Well, earlier China was not strong. Today China has the perfect opportunity to seize Taiwan and perhaps give Japan a major military military shock, because Trump is not particularly interested in saving Taiwan. Trump has himself admitted that for now, the US is heavily dependent on China. Without cooperation with China, inflation will rise in the US, rare earth minerals won't be available, and overall, the current equation heavily favors China. And let me repeat, any day, something major can happen. One morning, the news may suddenly come that China has launched a massive attack on Taiwan, and that will cause global chaos, because then the question will be, will Japan intervene or not? If Japan intervenes, do not forget Japan and the US have a defense pact, according to which an attack on Japan is an attack on the US. Then we will have to see whether the US honors that pact. This is why I say that the China-Taiwan conflict could open the gates to World War III. For now, the situation is developing rapidly. I am following it closely. If any updates come and see China will definitely do something, because Japan is not going to take back its words. China will take some military action. What that action will be, we will find out soon. If any updates come, I will keep bringing videos for you. Until then, subscribe to our channel.